Tonight, searching for shooting suspects.
Many of the motivations and details are still under investigation.
One person injured after shots fired at a community housing property. Plus, contract negotiations extinguished.
We were told by city administration that they're done talking to us.
London firefighters working without an agreement for more than a year. And environmental enthusiasm.
What better way to celebrate Earth Day than planting a couple trees?
Londoners show up for the city's green giveaway.
CTV News with Carlyle Fiset.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a London police investigation after shots rang out at a public housing apartment. They say 2 people have been arrested so far, and they're looking for 2 more. Brian Bicknell reports.
It was Monday evening when Jamie Henry came home to his 7th-floor apartment at 580 Dundas Street. He says his neighbor just 2 doors down had been shot.
Kind of scaring at first, but I sat in the lounge most of the night until it was clear to go back upstairs.
Police say they were called to the building directly across from the police station about 6:25 p.m. Monday. Investigators learned a man was inside an apartment with a woman when 3 male suspects entered the unit. One suspect produced a handgun and shot the male victim before all 3 suspects fled. The gunshot victim was taken to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The victim returned to his apartment on Wednesday but declined to speak with reporters. A notice on his door said the unit is secured by the landlord, London and Middlesex Community Housing.
Many of the motivations and details are still under investigation. We can say that we believe the suspects were known to the victim.
Acting Superintendent Detective Sean Travis says 2 people were arrested after they took a taxi from the scene, including a female suspect who had not been in the apartment at the time of the shooting. A firearm was found among their property. 25-year-old Shane Joseph Donald Ardeal of London faces several charges, including discharging a firearm in a reckless manner and aggravated assault. 23-year-old Deona Dockstader is charged with possessing a prohibited or restricted firearm with ammunition, among other offenses. The 2 arrested remain in custody and are scheduled for a court appearance on Thursday. Police say investigators believe this was not a random incident. Police continue to search for 2 additional suspects. As for Jamie Henry, he says he's lived in the public housing building for 10 years, and by now he has seen so much. Nothing is a surprise.
I've seen from fires, overdoses, deaths, and shootings and stabbings.
Brian Bicknell, CTV News.
A house fire broke out this afternoon near Greenway Park. Firefighters say smoke was showing from the 2nd floor of a home on Forest Hill Avenue, and the flames were quickly extinguished. They say no people were hurt, but a cat was found dead. Investigators say they're still determining what ignited the fire in the first place. CTV News has learned contract talks between City Hall and London firefighters were recently broken off. As Daryl Newcomb reports, those emergency responders have now been working without a contract since 2024.
Trained to battle blazes, the London Professional Firefighters Association finds itself instead back in a contract dispute with City Hall after working for the last 16 months without a collective agreement.
We were told by city administration that they're done talking to us. We were told that council voted unanimously to send us to interest arbitration at taxpayer cost, significant taxpayer cost.
Firefighters cannot go on strike and cannot be locked out, leaving binding arbitration by a third-party arbitrator the last resort to achieve a deal. Jason Timlick suggests that an arbitrator would award a contract based on comparator municipalities, and that's the same market value his members are seeking.
All we're asking for, market value wage increases, benefit increases, language that protects our ill and injured workers and our families if one of our members pays the ultimate sacrifice.
According to Timlick, a first-class firefighter in London earned just under $110,000 a year after their last raise fares in July 2024. He says similar municipalities in Ontario will be paying on average $123,500 by July of this year.
No question, I get it. This is a difficult economy, but it's very difficult for us to watch the city report a substantial surplus and see firefighters in other municipalities get paid on average $12,000 to $13,000 more than us.
When the previous contract was signed in 2019, it ended an unprecedented 6 to 7 years that London professional firefighters were working without a contract with City Hall. In a written statement, City of London Human Resources says they deeply value the work firefighters do every day. And, quote, "We're in the midst of a collective bargaining process and will continue to work through that process respectfully." Timlick believes the only way to get negotiations back on track is for council to order civic administration back to the bargaining table.
I think we're close. If we could just get back to the table. If it's true and council voted unanimously to send us to interest arbitration, I'm here to ask them to reconsider that decision.
Despite the contract impasse, Timlick assures Londoners that firefighters remain fully committed to people in need.
24/7, 365 days a year, the bells will go off, we will show up, we will help this community no matter what.
The next opportunity for council to discuss contract negotiations is a closed-door meeting on April 28th. Daryl Newcomb, CTV News.
We are live on location tonight at the Canada Games Aquatic Centre. We're talking all about summer programming, and we'll have all the details, but feeling quite summer-like across the region today with temperatures climbing into the upper teens, low 20s. In London, 18 degrees on the hour and winds out of the west and northwest, and the pressure is at 101.5 and holding steady. Cooler along that lakeshore, though, if you're near Lake Huron. Temperatures barely making it above 10 degrees, holding in the single digits. This time of year, it's quite cool with that flow coming off the lake. Satellite radar keeps us clear. There's a little bit of instability towards Ohio and Indiana. That's along a stationary front, but that will not be moving in for us. We'll stay clear overnight and temperatures holding above the freezing mark. Coming up, we'll take you through the extended forecast. Lots of sunshine on the way for tomorrow. Another absolutely spectacular day. I mean, I wish we could have bottled up today's weather, but I'll take one more for tomorrow. I'll have that forecast, plus a look ahead at the weekend weather. I'm tracking a wave of Pacific moisture that could bring a little bit of rainfall as we head through the weekend. I'll have that for you coming up live on location in just a bit.
Thanks very much, Julie. A new poll suggests Canadian travel demands are shifting. As costs climb, destinations closer to home are looking more appealing this summer. With more on the research and the outlook at London's airport, here's Rita Ismail.
Summer travel plans are being reshaped by rising cost and changing attitudes. A new poll from Ledger shows Canadians are pulling back from trips to the U.S., citing everything from politics to safety concerns.
The political environment that's getting people, concerned. I think there's still people haven't forgotten or forgiven Mr. Trump and some of the things he said about Canada or some of his associates.
The survey found 67% of Canadians point to political tensions, while 61% to trade issues, and nearly 60% say they no longer feel safe traveling south of the border. Instead, more Canadians are staying closer to home.
The stay in Canada trend is there. And in fact, I would suggest that there's a bit of evidence because the airlines recently announced they're canceling some flights temporarily, maybe for the summer. And those flights were going, I think, into the U.S. predominantly. Air Transat is cutting hundreds of flights this summer, blaming soaring jet fuel prices linked to the war in Iran. Even so, the desire to travel hasn't disappeared. We're seeing even a little bit of a pickup of people wanting to get out and travel. And certainly we're seeing, that pickup and that interest to travel again within the country. For many travelers, it all comes down to the cost.
We do consider traveling in the summertime, usually Europe, but even the States. It just depends where we can find the best deal. But yeah, we're open to traveling. We typically make a budget anyways to have trips throughout the year. So we just account for it and do what we got to do for our family.
At the same time, London's airport is seeing an opportunity with more domestic travel options expanding.
Being able to travel right from home, save money on gas, save money on parking, maybe a hotel night or two, it all adds up at the end of the day. So there is a lot of good options to save some money by flying right here from home.
YXU is expanding its seasonal service for the summer, adding 5 daily Air Canada flights to Toronto, up to 3 daily WestJet flights to Calgary, and new WestJet service to Winnipeg 3 times a week. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
The Premier says the Ontario government has sold the private jet, which has been the source of widespread backlash in the last week. Doug Ford made the announcement this morning, saying Bombardier agreed to buy it back. Siobhan Morris reports.
All right, look at right here, guys. It was around this time last week the Ford government was finalizing the $29 million purchase of a Bombardier jet. Then came roaring public anger, plans to give the plane up, and a defense of the decision. At a speaking event in Toronto Wednesday,
Megan announced we sold the plane for the same price right back to Bombardier and said, okay, you take it back.
A 10-year-old 12-seat Challenger similar to this one. Bombardier confirms it has bought the jet back from the government. They won't talk money, citing a confidentiality policy.
This is easy to settle. Just show us the bills.
The Premier has promised to make the details public.
In terms of the actual documents and appropriately and as the time frame allows, when it happens, they'll be disclosed.
But the government isn't ready to lay it all out right now. NDP leader Marit Stiles has asked the Auditor General to do a value for money audit of the plane purchase. Shelley Spence's schedule already full for the rest of the year. Doug Ford has made clear he still thinks Ontario needs a jet.
Time is money, and that's what it comes down to.
Stressing the plane wasn't intended for his use alone, something not mentioned in the government's first statements.
Fly firefighters up, it was for Ontario Corps, it was for OPP when they have to send a tactical team.
Many smaller communities the Premier's talked about reaching aren't equipped to land a Challenger.
He sold the plane because he got caught. But now with FOI changes, with Bill 5, he's not going to get caught.
For opposition parties, selling the plane back doesn't mean the story's over.
He bought a luxury private jet when people are hurting. And that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing for all of us to remember. We're not going to let him forget it.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
London police say they've charged a man with distributing photos of a woman without her permission. According to police, they began investigating last summer after a woman saw images of herself online. Police say they later found more images of the woman had been posted, and they've now charged a 43-year-old man with publishing intimate images without consent.
The individual who had the images posted online actually contacted London police in relation to this particular investigation. Now, it was a lengthy investigation, and officers actually obtained additional information that more photos were posted after the original complaint came in. So this individual was arrested and charged as of this weekend.
Major traffic disruptions this morning after a rush hour crash in the South End. The collision happened at Warncliffe in Ferndale. A family member of the driver involved told CTV News one person was taken to hospital for assessment. A speed sign could be seen toppled on the east side of the intersection, along with a light standard. A life-saving device was donated today in Wingham in memory of a fallen soldier from Huron County. As Scott Miller reports, it marks a milestone contribution for defibrillators across the region.
On April 22, 2006, 23-year-old Matthew Dinning was killed in Afghanistan. He was protecting Brigadier General David Fraser when his military vehicle was struck by an IED.
Sometimes it feels like all 20 years, and sometimes it feels like yesterday. We miss Matthew dearly.
To mark the 20th anniversary of Matthew's untimely passing, a life-saving defibrillator was donated in his honor to the Wingham Legion, the second defibrillator to bear Dinning's name, soon to hang on the Legion's walls.
Today's a recognition of not only putting a defibrillator out and not only Matthew's sacrifice, today the 20th anniversary of his passing, but the sacrifice of his family, that Lincoln Laurie and his brother, they've had to live 20 years without their loved ones. So they've sacrificed as well.
Today is the 250th defibrillator donated by the Dave Mountain Memorial Fund in honor of fallen soldiers, police officers, firefighters, and other emergency personnel.
It very much is like first responders in the military, that you don't necessarily see them all the time, but they're always there, and they're always ready to jump into action to save lives, and that's what a defibrillator does.
For the Dinning family, today's defibrillator donation on the anniversary of Matthew's death is one more reminder of the kind of person he was and was becoming when he died for his country hundreds of miles from home.
It's nice to have a defibrillator donated because it protects people, the lives of people. And in the 250 donations over the years, it has saved 7 lives along the way. And now that the Wingham Legion will have one downstairs and one upstairs, hopefully they'll never have to use it. But if they do, it's here for them.
In Wingham, Scott Miller, CTV News.
A traffic jam this morning around the Carlyle Heights Community Center. Hundreds of Londoners were waiting in line to get their hands on more than 2,000 free trees. Sean Irvin has more on the Earth Day promotion.
In a moment of irony, drivers inside their mostly fossil fuel burning vehicles await their chance to improve the environment. A free tree giveaway at the Carlyle Heights Optimist Community Center caused this traffic backup near the intersection of Oxford and Adelaide.
I mean, it's a good problem to have, but we're definitely going to have to think about it for spring 2027 if we find a new location that's got more traffic availability.
But with a little patience, those in the queue were able to choose any 2 of 22 native tree species or a fruit tree provided by the City of London.
We have property that could use some trees, and what better way to celebrate Earth Day than planting a couple trees.
So what'd you pick?
I picked a white pine and a tulip tree.
Over 2,200 trees were available for pickup. It did not take long for most types to disappear, but everyone got a consolation prize.
We're also giving away bags of compost while they last that come from the city's green bin program. So the green bins that go out in the curb get composted and then now come back to the community.
The budget to pay for the trees comes from the city's urban forest strategy.
We are working to increase the city's tree canopy cover and increase the amount of native species we have on the landscape, introduce people to native species, and just help people celebrate Earth Day by doing something good.
This couple plans to plant their 2 trees in their new backyard.
We work closely with urban roads, so we know about what's required for the environment. So it's really nice to seeing so many people volunteering and handing out trees.
London was recently named the 2026 Forest Capital of Canada, an honor that matches its nickname.
Keep the forest in the forest city is great.
In London, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
All right, we are back live on location. We're joined by Lisa Brandy. She's the manager of Aquatics Programming and Leadership. Lisa, as we edge close to the summer, this is an exciting time, but also an important time to start thinking about all the programs we need to register for. So tell us a little bit about the summer programming, the swimming lessons, and how we can get registered.
Sure. So right now you can view online at london.ca/playyourway all of our summer programs. So everything from swim lessons, we run a swim team, we do leadership courses for those who want to become lifeguards and swim instructors. You can see our drop-in programs if you want to start doing aquafit or maybe pick up some lane swimming. All that's available now, so you can view that online right now.
And what ages are we starting swimming lessons at, and what age do they go till?
We start at 4 months, and we go all the way through adults. I just had some people contact today. They, as an adult, want to learn how to swim, so they're looking for some opportunities. So we were able to do that for them.
And tell us a little bit about some of the higher demand programs. Are we looking to register right now? Do they fill up quickly? What are we looking at timeline?
Yeah, so registration starts for the aquatics programs on May 14th. Some do fill up, and I find in the summer people have other plans. So they're going away, they've got a cottage booked or something. So it's really important to look now to see what's available and start to plan. So when registration starts, that you're prepared and you can jump on really early. I would say some of the lower levels of swim lessons, swimmer 1, 2, tend to fill. Definitely our lifeguard courses tend to fill. So if you've got a specific time, a specific location, we have 10 outdoor pools, 4 indoor pools. Take a look and see what fits your schedule.
right, well, thank you so much. And again, can you give us the website one more time?
London.ca/playyourway.
And we open May
14th.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Again, definitely something that we need to think ahead to, and you want to get on. I have in the past registered online, and you do want to be making sure that you're on that day, especially if you have a specific time and timelines if you're working around those holidays. Coming up, we do have a nice forecast on the way tomorrow. Yay. All right. We're talking perhaps some pool weather. I'll have your local weather details live from the Aquatic Center coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Julie, thanks very much. When we come back, hundreds of high school athletes coming to compete in London. Details on Special Olympic preparations are next on the Tee Up.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We begin tonight with Ontario's latest.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. CTVLondon.ca, your home for news.
Welcome back. It's the Tee Up with Brent Lael. And Brent, we start off with the Battle of Highway 7. Stratford and St. Mary's going the distance for a spot in the Sutherland Cup final.
And it was a sold-out Pyramid Center last night, Carlyle, as the Lincolns and Stratford Warriors went to Game 7 in the West Final.
Where Montesi out front, pass cut, scramble for it, we're in close, he scores! Bedlam! Pandemonium!
And a great call there, trailing 2-0 with under 12 minutes to go. Weir's goal capped a 3-goal in 2-minute and 6-second span. The Lincolns would go on to win it 4-2 after an empty netter and win the series in 7 games. They hoist the Joe Thornton Trophy as Western Conference champs. St. Mary's, who went to the Sutherland Cup final 2 years ago, will take on 12-0 Cambridge in the final.
We've got so many returning players that this is what we've talked about for a year. You know, after we lost last year to Chatham, it was, you know, pretty emotional in the room, and these kids begging for a second chance, and it finally came. And even getting down 2-0, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I really couldn't believe it. Like, this is my 8th conference finals, and I don't remember a run or a final like this at all. Every single game was tight. There has to be a loser, right? But I mean, they should be incredibly proud.
The NFL draft is this weekend, and there's a local connection involving the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, and this is going to be fun. Saturday afternoon at Joe Cool's restaurant, the Bengals will hold a draft party. It's expected their 4th-round pick will be announced, and they'll have a camera on hand to capture reaction. It's fitting since the Bengals star running back Chase Brown is from London, and he just happened to be home this past weekend.
Let's take it down.
Chase and his twin brother Sidney Brown were back where it all started, leading a free football camp for local youth at Western's Alumni Stadium. The identical twins, drafted into the NFL in 2023, hosted approximately 250 campers from grades 1 through 8. They guided them through drills, but focused on the fundamentals of the game.
We grew up playing football on this field, practices, games, you name it. So being able to come back and host our first camp in Canada, in our hometown, is it's an amazing feeling. Surreal in a way. So, you know, just a way to give back. It was a free camp, and just have some fun with the kids.
I think the main thing about football and why kids stay in football is because it's fun. You know, that's why I play the game today. So just out here doing some drills, doing some basic stuff, catching the ball, little one-on-ones. Just running around having fun. These kids are the foundation. They're building the foundation for our first one, and you know, we're just going to see where it goes from here.
Brent, a big week for one of Canada's top discus throwers, Julia Tunks.
Yeah, Tunks was competing in the elite division at Mount San Antonio College, where she dominated the field. At just 19 years old, Tunks threw 63.58 meters to win the Invitational. She even beat the 2023 world champion in the process. It was a new personal best and a new Canadian record. She actually broke her own mark, which she set last year. And how about this? Move over Jessie Fleming and Shalina Zadorsky. London has another international goal scorer. Catholic Central grad Raquel Mitchell scored for Grenada in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifier this week against the Cayman Islands. She's set to play for Railway City FC this summer.
And finally, Brent, we are 1 month away from more than 1,000 athletes arriving in London.
Yeah, it's the Special Olympics High School Championships taking place at Western University in late May. They celebrated the upcoming event with a floorball qualifier at Beale Secondary. London is getting set to welcome 1,000 Special Olympic high school athletes from across the province.
Everyone's here to have fun, and you always make new friends from different schools and have that bond with everyone else.
We have teams that come all the way from Thunder Bay down to Windsor. It is all of Ontario, and it's a really awesome chance that we get to see kind of our athletes and partners throughout Ontario come and compete.
Hosted by the London Police Service, athletes will compete in floorball, bocce, basketball, soccer, and athletics.
If you think of all the events that we get to be involved in throughout the year, not just polar plunge, but the law enforcement torch run, and it's something that police services from across the province are involved in, we're just so excited.
I grew up in a family where they didn't let me win easily, and then I've been playing hockey, like ice hockey, since I was 3. So floorball is just another sport I can play.
One of the best aspects of the upcoming games is the unified competition, pairing students with and without disabilities.
Seeing them come up to you in the halls, their biggest smile is awesome. Seeing them, oh my gosh, I know you. It's the best feeling in the world, to be honest. Some of them are a little scared of you when you first come around. Getting to know them, they're all fun people, and being included with their sports is really fun.
The people that help us are just amazing, like the EAs, the teachers, and the 2 kids we have here with us. They're just great. They're great people.
It gives the students a confidence as they go throughout the school to feel connected to the school community and feel like they have kind of friends and peers throughout the whole school community, not just within their specialized classes. It really brings people together. Everyone gets excited, and it is definitely the definition of good vibes in here.
Let me be brave in the attempt. Let me be brave in the attempt.
The competition runs May 26th to 28th at Western University. Brent Lale, CTV News.
And rejoining Julie Atchison live on location for us tonight on what could be, Julie, about as perfect a spring April day as you could draw.
Yeah, that's for sure. Just absolutely beautiful day across the area. Lots of sunshine. I mentioned a bit cooler near the shoreline of Lake Huron, typical for this time of year, and that trend will continue over the next few days and through the week. We got to wait till those waters start to warm up, and that will take a while. Our daytime high in London today hitting 19 degrees. Our low temperature at 2. So yes, we were well above normal. Our daytime high, the record 29, set back on this day in 1985, and our sun setting this evening at 8:15. Temperatures ranging between about 10 near the lake to 17 degrees in London, Chatham-Kent at 20, and Windsor the warm spot at 21. A few showers now moving through Ohio along a stationary boundary, not impacting us tonight. High pressure will be strong over the area, keeping us clear, and that means sunshine for tomorrow. Big weather system moving into the northern prairies in the coming days. 30 to 50 centimeters of snowfall on the way in parts of northern Alberta, northern Saskatchewan, and northern Manitoba, with widespread warnings issued this afternoon. Warmth is filtering now towards the Great Lakes Basin. Temperatures are set to climb to about 20 degrees tomorrow, so another fantastic day. Tonight, near the freezing mark, KW Mount Forest in London, we dip to 3, and the winds will be light and variable overnight. Forecast will stay clear until Friday. Friday, we start to see some cloud cover come in. Our next low pressure area could spark a shower Friday in the day. However, the probability fairly low, about a 40% chance. It'll be the evening when the rain starts to come in, and you can see it building over Michigan Friday evening. So Friday night, rain expected, and that will last into Saturday morning. The weekend forecast is starting to come into an alignment with those models, starting to show that rain on Saturday. So I'm going to lock in your forecast a little bit early. So rain Friday night into early Saturday morning, but not a washout for the weekend. Your forecast tomorrow, 20 degrees and sunshine. Friday night, you have the rain and thunderstorms into early Saturday, and then mainly cloudy Saturday with breaks in the afternoon. The high a bit cooler at 11. 16 on Sunday under a mix of sun and cloud, and a mix of sun and cloud on Monday with a chance of night showers. Tuesday, some rainfall and daytime highs. That's pretty good. 14 degrees Tuesday into Wednesday. It's funny, this time of year, as soon as you get some sunshine and the warm temperatures, the flowers explode, and that's what we're starting to see, those beautiful spring blooms in all of our parks. Hopefully you'll get a chance to get out over the weekend. You don't want to miss them. So beautiful weather to do that heading into Thursday. Get out, soak up some vitamin D, 18 degrees. Rain coming in Friday night into Saturday morning. And then a mix of sun and clouds Sunday, Monday with showers in the forecast on Tuesday. Again, all of the programming for the summer swimming lessons you can find online. Make sure you sign up early. Put a little reminder in your calendar. It's May 14th where you need to get back online so that you can make sure you get into the programs that you want. Lots of options available. Carlyle, as she mentioned, swimming lessons right up to leadership programs, and really a great opportunity in the summer when everyone has perhaps a little bit of extra time. That's a wrap from down here. I'll send things back to the newsroom.
All right, Julie, thanks very much. Still ahead, trade talk irritants, political posturing on both sides of the border as negotiating teams prepare for formal talks.
Okay, not to put the pressure on, but tomorrow is your final day to get in for Pure Country's big $50K payday.
What are you waiting for? 6 a.m. the code words start again. Good luck. This is your last chance.
Grocery and drugstore retailer Metro is reporting higher profits. The company reported its second quarter results today, including profits of nearly $250 million, up from $220 million for the same period last year. The company's chief executive said expanding the retailer's discount store network is driving food sales. Trade officials on both sides of the border aired grievances today in the build-up to formal negotiations. White House authorities cited certain trade irritants, to which our Prime Minister responded, "We have some on our side as well." With more on the sticking points and what it means in the pursuit of a deal, here's Mike LeCouture.
They just treat us unfairly at every margin they possibly can.
The U.S. Commerce Secretary describing the trading relationship with Canada to fellow American lawmakers. And Howard Lutnick once again brought up a key gripe.
It is outrageous that Canada will not put U.S. spirits on the shelf. It is insulting.
Prime Minister Mark Carney pushed back on any suggestion that Canada has to make concessions to get back to the negotiating table.
It's not a case of the United States dictates the terms. We have the negotiation. We can come to a mutually successful outcome. It will take some time.
A prudent strategy, according to this trade lawyer.
I think where Canada is drawing a line right now is this idea that we're going to give away the house before we even sit down to negotiate. And that puts negotiators in a very difficult situation.
The U.S. has already outlined other irritants, including limited American access to the Canadian dairy market and the Online Streaming Act, which brings American platforms under Canadian broadcast rules.
We've made some counter proposals, which they're aware, and the time will come to really roll up our sleeves.
At the powerful House Ways and Means Committee, U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer said the bigger issue is that the two countries have opposing philosophies on trade.
They're doubling down on globalization when we're trying to correct for the problems of globalization. So those are two models that don't fit together very well.
But part of the reason that Canada is looking for other trading partners is because of the trade war launched by the U.S. Mike LeCouture, CTV News, Ottawa.
Markets on both sides of the border rallied from Tuesday's losses today. The TSX rose 146 points. In New York, the Dow jumped 340. The Nasdaq surged almost 400. The Canadian dollar was down slightly on the day. On commodity markets, gold climbed more than $30 an ounce. Oil increased $3.29 a barrel. Still ahead, pushing for Alberta's independence with questionable videos. Experts say they're fake, but can't determine who's behind them. Welcome back. Iranian forces fired on 3 cargo ships in the Strait of Hormuz today, complicating efforts to bring U.S. and Iranian officials together for peace talks. Iranian media are reporting the attacks were carried out by Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard, while Iranian Navy officials say they seized 2 ships. Yesterday, President Donald Trump said he would extend a ceasefire with Iran until the Iranians come up with a so-called unified proposal, while indicating an American blockade of Iranian ports would continue. YouTube officials say they're reviewing a network of channels targeting Albertans in the midst of a separation campaign. Researchers say the videos are fake and many are purely AI-generated content posing as local voices. Kathy Lee reports.
Joe Trotz has lived in Crow's Nest Pass all his life and supports Alberta's separation.
Definitely, down east has really stuck it to Alberta.
The 74-year-old emphasizes most supporters want independence, not annexation. But a new report identifies a network of about 20 YouTube channels posing as Albertan voices, pushing U.S. annexation and Alberta separation. Researchers say they're not real and appear coordinated, using the same scripts, the same clips, and even posting at the same time, together reaching nearly 40 million views.
Some of the channels have actual AI body and avatars performing the content, and some just have AI voiceovers.
Chris Ross, the lead author of the report, says the videos often use real news about Alberta's separation but distort and exaggerate the grievances, and sometimes getting the facts wrong. The lawyer for the Alberta separation movement warns the fake videos help no one.
Anybody promoting U.S. annexation or U.S. statehood, they're not part of our movement.
With a possible Alberta separation referendum this fall, researchers say the report's message and timing are important.
It's important for Albertans and Canadians broadly to know which voices are real and which are fake.
In response, Elections Alberta says a new unit is being established to track all forms of deep fakes, misinformation, and disinformation. YouTube says it's reviewing the channels and will remove content that violates its rules. Ken Williams, who opposes separation, worries about outside influence.
There are players, I think, that are taking advantage of chaos.
Trotz also rejects the messaging in the videos.
Totally think that's wrong. I mean, facts are facts. Let them speak for themselves, good or bad.
One thing the report couldn't answer, who's behind the fake videos or where they're located, and that makes them hard to stop. Kathy Lee, CTV News, Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta.
FIFA officials are under increasing scrutiny for the ticketing process ahead of this summer's World Cup. They've been releasing seats in phases, including a batch listed today. However, as Adrian Gobriel reports, there are growing suspicions it's all an act to create an illusion of scarcity.
The beautiful game has some fans calling a foul on FIFA for the rollout of tickets leading up to the World Cup.
I think we're seeing a sort of chaotic approach to ticketing and ticket prices, ticket releases.
FIFA has slowly released tickets in phases. Today's drop was sold as a last-minute sale to each of the World Cup's 104 matches. So CTV News logged onto FIFA's site this morning to try and land a pair of tickets.
11:05, we have an update. It says that we're almost there. Okay, it's now 11:35, and I'm being told that the position in the queue is secured. Don't move, with an exclamation mark.
So we waited and waited.
It's now 2 o'clock. It's been 3 hours. I'm not even halfway through the queue. I'm almost there, according to the website. But I'm going to miss my deadline, so we're out.
I think it might well be that we see high demand from domestic supporters, but whether it will reflect the sort of global support that we typically see at these tournaments, that might be another question.
The author of The Complete History of the World Cup, Rob Fielder, notes that some fans believe the phased rollout of ticket availability is FIFA simply creating an artificial scarcity in an effort to drive up prices.
It feels very cynical on FIFA's part and very commercial, and I think what they would say is they're trying to act in the best interests of the global game.
CTV News reached out to FIFA for a comment. They've yet to respond. A report released in the New York Times this week reports that FIFA is struggling to sell tickets for the U.S. Men's World Cup opener, claiming that as of April 10th, just over 40,000 tickets were purchased. The stadium's capacity is nearly 70,000. Though on this day, many of those waiting online to get their hands on a coveted ticket were left with less than a winning feeling.
Now, today's ticket release comes just as Toronto police are warning footy fans of potential scams. They're telling fans to use authorized ticket retailers as if you can manage to get your hands on a pair. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Toronto.
Toronto fire crews spent today slowly melting down an ice sculpture, part of a recent publicity stunt by the Canadian rapper Drake. Crowds of people had flocked to the scene over the last few days after Drake indicated the date for his upcoming album's release was somewhere inside the sculpture. Emergency responders were eventually called in to manage the situation. Tomorrow on CTV News, looking at lease options, the latest on Sarnia police efforts to secure new headquarters. Details on the accommodations they're now exploring tomorrow on CTV News at 6.
I hope you're enjoying the sunshine and warm temperatures. A beautiful Thursday on the way. Thank you so much, Gwen, for this photo. Spring is popping in southern Ontario.
City officials will ask the provincial government for additional funding to offset the impacts when the CarePoint supervised consumption site closes later this year.
There will be really nowhere for people to go. And so this letter outlines the financial impacts of that closure and how it will ultimately increase a lot of municipal costs.
Back in March, the provincial government announced it would close CarePoint in 90 days. Councillor Schuyler Frank tabled a motion arguing the decision will further strain other frontline services. Councillors voted to lobby the provincial government for additional funding to expand local shelters, create more highly supportive housing, establish additional heart hubs, and improve access to detox and rehab services.
I think the timing of the motion is appropriate. We know the government, with previous closure of these sites in other cities, has endeavored to keep the resources in those communities and invest them in different ways.
A new study is shedding light on the workload for doctors when they get pregnant. With more on the findings and their potential applications in other fields, here's Pauline Chan.
I was on 3 medications for nausea, showing up to work, operating.
Hennicumber River obstetrician Dr. Lynn Sterling worked during both of her pregnancies.
I was working until the day before. My first delivery, I was literally in the operating room the day before. And then the second time around, I stopped work about 10 days before the birth.
And a new study shows many pregnant physicians, including Sterling, increase their workload in the first 2 trimesters, easing back only in the 3rd trimester.
The study looked at the work activity of almost 4,000 doctors who experienced almost 6,000 pregnancies.
Overall, physicians took short parental leaves, with surgeons returning the earliest, around 19 weeks after delivery. The longest parental leaves didn't really exceed 8 months. Most people in Canada who take parental leave take a minimum of 9 to 12 months. So this is shorter than most Canadians.
Medicine has a bit of a culture of pushing through. Right.
Sterling says the most challenging part of working while pregnant was the 24-hour on-call shifts a few times a month.
It is physically demanding. You're on your feet. You don't know when your break is. You don't know when you get to rest. It's also very technically demanding with your hands, your body. Your ability to safely get a baby out in an emergency is just critical.
Dr. Andrea Simpson, who has worked through 3 parental leaves, says it's a systemic problem in which there's little wiggle room.
Quite frankly, there aren't enough physicians to fill the gaps when a physician goes on leave. So I think it points to opportunities from a population planning standpoint. When we're thinking about doctor supply, about half of physicians practicing in Canada are women. And we have to anticipate that at some point they will be taking parental leaves. And how are we going to ensure adequate supply to sustain patient care?
Gradual returns to work and better lactation facilities are just some of the things that could help. And while her study looked at a particular group of working women, she believes some of the findings can apply to other fields in which women are a growing part of the workforce. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
British lawmakers are a step closer to banning people aged 17 and under from ever buying cigarettes.
It is a landmark bill, my lords. It will create a smoke-free generation. It is, in fact, the biggest public health intervention in a generation, and I can assure all noble lords it will save lives.
The tobacco and vaping bill will stop anyone born after January 1st, 2009 from legally purchasing smoking products. Once it receives royal assent, it will also give the government powers to ban smoking in outdoor spaces like playgrounds and outside schools and hospitals. Officials with the Canadian Cancer Society are pushing for similar legislation here.
We would like to see it. We already, in fact, have consultation documents and consideration by Prince Edward Island and by Newfoundland and Labrador. PEI already has minimum age 21 instead of the 19 or 18 that we see in other provinces. Age 21 across the country in every province and territory could be a very good initial step. But yes, this is something we could see in Canada.
London's top stories.
We have breaking news tonight out of Ottawa. The latest in the
breaking news alerts.
I'm tracking an area of severe weather. It'll start.
And watch live.
A development now to a story from City Hall we brought you.
Download the CTV News app.
Welcome back. Finally tonight, a young artist in Kitchener whose passion for drawing has caught royal attention. Karis Mapp has more on the piece she sent overseas and the response she got from Buckingham Palace.
The happiest day due to an unexpected regal response. Grace Connell, like many 5-year-olds, loves to create art and draws inspiration from the world around her.
I just think of something what I could draw and then I draw it on a paper.
So when the royal family piqued her interest, she began her research.
I was asking Mom how I wanted to know how old they were, and then I knew, but when I went to school the next day, my friend was there, and I drew something with her.
With hopes of the picture making it overseas to King Charles himself.
It was actually a drawing of a king and queen and princess that she sent. I didn't take a picture or anything of it because I honestly didn't think we'd get anything back. So I just addressed it to Buckingham Palace and put 6 stamps on it and sent it with our home address.
Sent at the end of February, Grace would then ask her family to check the mailbox every week to see if she got a reply.
After a few weeks, I'd thought maybe I should, use ChatGPT or something to draw up a letter and mail it to her on behalf.
An idea that turned out to be unnecessary.
She had asked to check the mail one more time, which reminded me I hadn't sent the letter. We went to the mailbox with my nephew, and sure enough, there was a letter addressed from the Queen and King, their correspondence, Buckingham Palace, addressed to Grace.
The Queen and King!
I was blown away. I was like, is this legit? Is this real?
And it was real. A personalized letter from the head of royal correspondence, thanking the young girl on behalf of the royal family. According to Buckingham Palace's website, the king has shown almost all of the letters he receives and takes a keen interest in hearing from the public.
The fact that it noted her splendid drawing and that the king passed on his warmest wishes was unbelievably touching for her and for us.
Meanwhile, Grace says her favorite part has been her family's reaction.
Like being proud of me.
Karis Mapp, CTV News, Kitchener.
That's it for us. Thanks for watching. For your latest local headlines, you can always head to our website. I'm back tonight with your late news at 11. Bye for now.